Hey guys, this is Gabrielle here to do a nice, short, little concise presentation on a very local area that if you're from Tallahassee, there's a very good chance, at least about an 85% chance that you've been there or at least heard about it at some point in your life. But basically that place is Alfred B. McClay Gardens. And my primary reason for choosing this place for this presentation was because it is so local and it's very close. The entrance fee is only $6. And I, for some reason, despite being from Tallahassee, had never gone to these gardens, and it seemed like a good opportunity to fix that. So, again, that's me. Okay, so in terms of the park itself, it's a very small state park. That being said, it's just a little over 1,000 acres large. However, it is very close to FSU campus, just about 20 minutes away, I'm pretty sure. And it's basically open every day, almost all day, save for certain areas within the park which may have smaller time frames, such as the gardens or the McClay House. But again, the entrance fee is only $6, and for us starving college kids that are hounded by student loans and tuition fees, that is a very good deal. It's just $6 per car, but that can also change depending on certain areas that you want to go within the park, such as the gardens, or if you wanted to rent a canoe or a kayak or anything like that. Alright, as for the background of the state park, it was originally founded by Alfred McClay and his wife, Louise McClay, and it was just their private property. They continued to add gardens and more land onto it as they went through their life. So they purchased it in 1923, but it was eventually established after Alfred McClay's death as a state park after Louise donated the property to Florida Board of Park Service in 1953. And before that, the area was named Killarn in honor of an area in Scotland. But afterwards, they had to change the name to what it is now because of the developing Killarn area around the Georgia border, where some of you may actually live at this point. So the park is primarily made up of gardens and wooded areas and lakes. So there's a total of 3 lakes, the most prominent probably being Lake Hall, given that it has the best water quality out of all of it, and it's the host for a number of clubs such as rowing and the Red Hills Sprint Triathlon. But there's also 2 others. There's Lake Overstreet and Lake Elizabeth, also known as Gum Pond. But they're more exclusive and private to the park. They're not typical swimming areas, and I don't think you can swim at all in Lake Elizabeth, but you can fish and boats are allowed. But primarily people spend most of their time in Lake Hall. There's also the most popular area of the park, that being the gardens, given how basically it's just as photogenic as it gets. And there is, however, an additional fee for the gardens. At that point, on top of your $6 entrance fee, it becomes $6 per person. However, given the pretty brick walkways and all the flowers and all of the different plants, it's very worth it. It's very pretty there. On top of all the scenery that the park provides, there's a number of recreational activities that the park offers, usually through almost weekly, very frequent events where you can participate in things like biking and boating, and usually some kind of competition involved in those areas. But basically, if you either provide the rental fee for some of these things like the kayaks, or bring your own boats or your own bicycle, you can participate in any of these, and your animals are allowed as well. There's also playgrounds for your children to be left in when you need to keep them entertained. It's a very worthwhile place to spend your time, maybe just a spare weekend that you might have, especially if you are not from Tallahassee and you haven't seen a lot of what Tallahassee has, or if you were like me and you are from here but you just for some reason never got around to it. It really is local state parks like these that really advocate protecting the environment, since they lack that intimidating air that some bigger places like the Grand Canyon or the Everglades may have. Basically places where you just go to say you did it, but you don't really gain any kind of experience from it, and mostly there was just souvenir gathering there. But here, McClay Gardens is really just a very pretty place and something you can appreciate. So it is a worthwhile trip. And I think I'll cut it short here. So thank you guys for listening and have a nice rest of your day.